Hey guys, Jason here. As promised, I am going to share another 7-string metal guitar lesson with you guys today. And I'm going to teach you how to play a very specific style of music, and it's going to be a melodic death metal riff. So let's hear the riff. Alright guys, let's dig right in and let's learn this 7-string melodic death metal riff. Now, one quick note, if you don't have a 7-string guitar, go buy a 7-string guitar. Do it now. I'm just kidding guys. Seriously, if you don't have a 7-string and you're playing a 6-string, just play these same patterns on your E and A string. Of course, with the 7-string, we're going to be playing on our B and E string. So just play those on your top 2 heavy strings there. And problem is solved. But you'll have to play it after we play this because it's not going to sound right if you try to play along. Anyway, so I'm going to break this riff down into 2 sections. So I'm going to go over the first section here at normal speed. The tablature's up there somewhere. Gotcha. And follow along and I'll play it slower and break it down after this. But here's the riff. So there's a very important technique that we're doing here. Actually, there's 2 that I want you to grasp, and this is very common with death metal and melodic death metal, really any kind of fast-paced metal. And that's one, we're speed picking. So that means we're really just alternate picking really fast. We're going back and forth. And secondly, I have a light palm mute, but back to the actual notes here. And again, you can see the tabs up there. Let's go through this just a little bit slower, and this time I'm not going to alternate pick the notes. I want you to be able to hear each note that we're hitting. So start with this. So we're just playing on those 2 strings, the B and the E string. And we're playing most of the notes on that B string, on that first string there. And as you can see, there's one part where I had to slide up, you know, from the 5th to the 7th fret. The one challenge that I've had in the past that many guitar players have, especially when you're speed picking and palm muting and playing that fast-paced, you know, death metal, melodic death metal style, is going from one string to the next while you're doing that. So here's the transition. And those notes again. So the only thing I can say to that, and this is really the only tip I can give you to get better, is just practice changing strings. Practice changing, you know, playing fast, going from one string to another. Alright, so now for the second and final part of this really cool melodic death metal riff. And also, after we get finished with the lesson, I'm going to give you a little secret behind the riff you're actually learning right now. So that's going to be cool. Make sure you hang around for that. So here's the second and final part. Now, it's going to be the same pattern. We're just playing it a step down. So I'm going to play it. Tabs are up there somewhere. I always forget what side they're on, but they're there. So I'll play it through normal speed, and then I'll play it slow for you. Alright, so now, like we did in the first part of the riff, I'm just going to play the notes for you. I won't do the speed picking this time. So here we go. again, that's pretty much it. Against the same pattern, we're just playing everything a step down. Now, the cool part of this riff is now we're starting on that heavier note with that B string. And you'll notice I didn't start that way on the first part of the riff. You know, I started on that second fret. And I did that, I'm gonna do a little sidetrack here. I did that because when I'm writing my riffs, you know, writing my songs, I always try to think, is this song gonna sound like the last one that's on the track, or the next one, or the first one, or eighth one, or whatever? Because one of the challenges that death metal bands and melodic death metal and any kind of extreme metal, one of the challenges that we have is all the songs sounding the same. Like, we know we're not the same, but really to the listener, or somebody that's not familiar with our music, they're like, okay, I'm on track like 5, but it sounds like track 1 and 2, and sort of like 3 and 4. I think it's the same song. So that's one of the challenges that we face. So it's good to give some diversity to your riffs. I'm not saying that you should stray and play different styles of music. I'm not saying that you should do that. Or I'm not saying that you should, like, you know, play in some, I don't know, something completely different, although that doesn't hurt either. But what I'm saying is mess around with your notes and make sure the structure of your chords and progressions aren't exactly the same for every song, because that gets old after a while. I'll probably do another video on that, on like, you know, writing metal and dynamics, but I just kind of wanted to throw that out there, so hopefully that helps some of you. The cool thing I wanted you to know about this specific song, it has a name. It's called Anthem of Brutality. And it's actually a song that I'm going to be releasing on my new album called Masterpiece. So that's the album I'm working on now. That's my 4th studio album. I'm hoping to release it by October, but it will be released before this year's up, before the end of 2018. So definitely stay tuned. If you go back through my past couple videos, you'll notice that I've been doing a lot of recording tutorials. So if you want to learn more tips about recording guitars and getting guitar tones, just watch the past few videos that I put out there, because I've been sharing videos as I'm recording this album, which is kind of what I did with this lesson. You know, I took one of the songs that I'm writing, actually I've already written that song, and I want to just show you that part of the song because I thought it would be a really, really good lesson for you to learn a 7-string melodic death metal riff. And you know, of course, learn that, practice it, but you know, I also encourage you to add your own notes to this as well. I wanted you to use this riff, not necessarily to learn the riff. You know, I'm not really concerned about you learning my song or anybody's song, but you're learning the techniques, you're learning the dynamics, you know what I mean? And you're going to expand on that and kind of make it your own. So you're just getting to be a better metal player, a better death metal player, melodic death metal, whatever style you play. I think playing this riff and practicing it and expanding on that once you learn the notes, you know, start adding to it, that's going to help you become a better guitar player, better songwriter, better musician all the way around. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this 7-string melodic death metal guitar lesson, and I really hope this helped. If you have comments, please leave them in the comment section. If you have any questions, or if you have any suggestions, anything like that that would help, you know, help me give you what you guys want, or help other people that may be watching this. You might see something I missed and say, hey, you forgot this part. That happens sometimes. And also check out my music. There's links in the description of this YouTube video where you can go listen to my music on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, all those good places. My website's in there as well. So guys, thank you so much again for watching, and until the next video, keep it metal.